Charleston is a historic town, and I guess we're at an historic insurance agency. So if I think back to 1850 when this business started, and you imagine Charleston with dirt streets, no typewriters, no copy machines, no telephones. Thinking of running a business and not environments would be quite an accomplishment. So I give plenty of credit to who all came before us. They're the ones who set the groundwork for the agency and kept it going. So kudos to them.
I was convinced to go into the business by a dear friend of mine who said this is really a good business to be in. And it's a people person business, which is what I love doing. Well, my first week, Henry, as everybody says, a very small group. And I walked into this little office on 12 and a half downtown, and it was pretty much a shocker. I had no idea insurance. First, they had to teach me how to spell it. And after that, the hardest thing I found was where do we go from there? You know, it was fascinating.
One of the things I remember so much about Hugo and when it was coming is that a few days before it got here, my father asked me if I thought the storm was going to hit Charleston, and I had been looking at the weather map, and that there was a low pressure area and a high pressure area. And the storm, I told Daddy that the storm really had no choice. It had nowhere else to go except to hit Charleston. And
I've never been through something like that before, but it worked out well. But since then, we spent a lot of time working on a disaster plan that we had an idea, but it was not written down as to how we're going to handle it. And Henry put something together that I think we probably still use. And I think we have an advantage in that we as an agency survived it and learned a lot from it. And it's made us a more knowledgeable agency than some of the ones that have formed up recently since Hugo and never experienced it. And that's why we have the name. We are a trusted advisor. That's what insurance agents do. One of the fun things I have really enjoyed is Henry still has some of the old policies that were issued back then. Talk about the past. If you read one of those policies, it's fascinating how the policy has changed. One of the policies that Henry had, I was looking at, it was an endorsement that had to be put onto the policy to allow a person to fill the kerosene lanterns where they brought them inside the house. And it's just another world you can't even fathom. And to think how they survived all of that and it turned into what it is now is pretty phenomenal. Woke up every morning figuring I have to learn something new. Because it's changing fast, it still is. Different reasons it's changing, but quite often you don't know what you're going to run into when you get to work in the morning. So it's a very exciting business. It's good to have somebody who knows the entire business from the ground up. And that's what Henry had known all of his life, and it really helped my two sons get involved with the business.
And I would also say on that we do have the different talents. I enjoy the administration and the detail, and everybody has the little niche that they're good at, and it's just all come together. It's the future of the agency is a very bright future. We have intelligent people, we have some wonderful employees. If we always follow our vision, which is doing business with integrity, honesty, and good customer service, we should be fine right on into the next 175 years, really.
We've been blessed, Henry.
Yeah, definitely.
We've been blessed.